Alright, welcome back. Start of a new season in our Concord Rangers journey. Start of the 2037-2038 season. As you can see here, we're ready to line up for the Community Shield, which is a new thing for us. Against Leeds. Leeds won the FA Cup final on penalties against Man United in the end. So the team that we lost to in the semi-final ended up winning the tournament, and now we've got them in the Community Shield for a bit of revenge. Obviously, it's a new beginning of the season, so I tell you what's going on. I'm going to go straight to the fixtures first because I forgot that obviously it was the World Club Championship tournament in the summer. I didn't bother recording any games. I wasn't that enthused by the tournament, but we won it. I played basically a second string team for the entire tournament, and we went and won every game. The game started at the end of last season. Do you see Champions League final there? And we played one game against this Cotton Sport, who are from Cameroon, I think. We beat them 10-0. Ridiculous game. I was experimenting the new, basically got my formation. My formation is the same, but I'm assigning specific player roles and duties per position. Instead of having what they want to play in, I'm making sure that they're doing what's best for the tactic, which is the first time I've really done it. Trying to involve every player, trying to get the best out of every player, and immediately my centre attacking midfielder scored. Alfredo scored his first goal of the season. Polyak scored a hat-trick. Noguera scored one. Noguera scored a hat-trick. Hackett scored one rather. Lima and Joe Wall has got a goal as well. Won that 10-0, really easy game. And the other group game, we played Boca Juniors, really won 1-0. Noguera. I was umming and ahhing about Noguera this summer, and I'll explain why a bit later. Went to the quarterfinal, played PSG, the team that beat us in the Champions League final. Again, I was thinking, if I just play a second string team, I'm bound to lose to the team that beat us quite comfortably in the Champions League final. But no, we beat them 2-1. Goals from Polyak and Noguera. Polyak's amazing at the moment. Then we played Atletico Madrid in the semi-final and beat them 4-2. 4-2 flatters Atletico Madrid, to be honest. We absolutely battered them. Polyak, they equalised, but then goals from 2 from Noguera and 1 for Levin Stocker. Levin Stocker's first goal ever for the club. So I was happy for him to get on there. Won that 4-2. And then played Real Madrid in the final and beat them 2-1. Levin Stocker scored again, so it's 2-2 for him. Having never scored at all last season, he scored 2-2. Benrahma got the other. Real Madrid pulled him back. But again, I played pretty much a second string team for most of this tournament and ended up winning the World Club Championship, which said to me a lot of things. Then we played all the friendlies, didn't concede a goal in any of them. A couple of big results there. And now we're here against Leeds in the Community Shield. The season starts at home to Everton. Home to Everton was the one game that we lost last year. So hoping that we don't start with a loss. Then we've got Arsenal away, West Brom home, Leicester away. I was going through the fixtures and it looks as though the big fixtures are kind of separated apart from you got this section here where we play every other game seems to be big. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Spurs. But reasonably separated most of the time. But we'll see how the fixtures end up at the end of the season. Man United at home, second from last game of the season. At the moment, that could be a nightmare if we're needing a result from that. But yeah, that's the fixtures. In terms of transfers, it's been extremely quiet. I thought I'm gonna need to. After I lost the Champions League final, I was thinking I could do some changes. I was thinking maybe changing the attacking midfielder, changing the striker in terms of Noguera, by selling like Kouassi and getting a decent left winger in as backup. But after I basically played a second string team for the whole of that Club World Cup Championship and cruised most of the tournament, I think the one game that was closest was a 1-0 win to Boca, and that was, I think for that game I did play my full strength team. So my second string team cruised through that tournament. I figured I don't really need it. I just need to streamline the team a little bit, get rid of some players, get rid of a couple of players. I'm still thinking about that at the moment. I've not made many sales. I've not made many purchases. In terms of sales, I've got 80 million in. A couple of guys who've gone out on loan who I think are big ones for the future are Vizic, Gonzalez and Pench. Pench, I got him at a loan fee for him. Reason for that is because I think my defenders I've got at the moment, aside from Pench, are quite good. Ibing has come back into the team and I'm going to play him a bit. Gonzalez is a deep lying forward, so he's perfect for the team. But I signed a deep lying forward. I'll tell you about him in a minute. And Vizic, I've got a wealth of defensive midfielders in the club. So I sold one player and got Vizic on loan. Casey Phillips has left the club. 33 million, possibly rising to 40 for Newcastle. I think that's an absolute steal for us. I think that's amazing value. I don't think he was particularly good. And to get 33 million for him is really good. And Oscar Angulo's gone. As I said, I think I've got a lot of players who can play that role. A lot of young, promising English players. So I was happy to sell Angulo, who's 29 years old. Sold him for, how much did I sell him for? Probably a bit under the odds, but I sold him for more than what I bought him for. 45.5 million, possibly rising to 57. So yeah, he's gone. In terms of ins, some were ins that were already coming in. Borisov is a guy that was already coming in that I signed anyway. James Elliott is a guy I signed for 34.5 million. He's very highly young, highly rated young English player, defensive midfielder. But I've loaned him back out to Ipswich as part of the deal, so he's a loan at Ipswich for the season. You got this Michael Leclerc here. It's a defence I got on free. He's quite decent player for only 20 years old. Looks really good. My worry about him, he's ball playing defender, which is good. My worry about him is that he's 5'9", so he's a little bit short, but he is a wonder kid, and I got him for free, so I'm happy with that. I'm trying to find a loan move for him, but it doesn't look like anybody wants him. And Fabio Silva. Now, Fabio Silva is a bit of a Man United legend, if I show you him. Been at United for about 11 years, scored a fair few goals in that time. The reason why I brought him in is that I wanted a backup striker. Obviously, now that I sold Casey Phillips, I could have used Gonzalez, but I figured I want someone experienced and someone that can definitely play as a deep line forward, which is what Fabio Silva is strong in. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to play Nogueira. I am going to play Nogueira, but I've been working hard and training him hard to make sure that he's available, that he's able to play deep line forward, because I think that is key. If I get him playing like that, then I can bring in that attacking midfielder, get more from the attacking midfielder, as well as maximising my wingers. So yeah, that's not much really in there. I only spent 36.5 million, 34.5 which was already spent, really. So not really bought in much at all. I'm going to see how the start of the season goes. Obviously the season is starting quite soon. If I feel like I need some players, then I will spend money. I've been trying to look at like some attacking midfielders. Again, it's still the area that I'm thinking I could really get someone world class in that area if ranking's not already there. So I've been looking at trying to get Sunday from Liverpool. That guy just won't join for love and money. I actually did venture into trying to sign Bruninho back. I actually had offers accepted for him, but his wage demands were about 450k per week, and I was like, I just can't be bothered, it's not for that. So I decided not to do that. I tried to even sign Polito back at one point. Looking at it, I was thinking I could get, if I'm using this formation, I reckon I could maximise what I've got from him. But again, they wouldn't accept a bid that I thought was worth it. So yeah, I figured to improve the squad is extremely difficult because the squad is really good. I know I've kind of trimmed it down a little bit. I'm still looking to do a bit of trimming. But in terms of the squad, I've got a lot of young players in. Goalkeeper's fine. There's a chance that Jones might leave. He's wanted by Leicester. I've got Baranal, who was voted goalkeeper of the World Under-19 tournament, so got a good backup there. My two right backs are still there. Frith and Smith is still there. Longello's, I've had a lot of bids for Longello, but I've rejected them all because he did so well. I was so pleased with how he did at the end of last season. I want to keep him. Tim Ibinger, has come back into the club, had a really good season on loan at Leicester in the Championship. Pretty decent, just under 7 rating. Leicester got promoted as well, so I'm probably going to involve him. There's Leclerc. I'm probably not going to play him that often, Leclerc. I'm going to try and find a loan move for him. Left backs Harvey and Lima are still there. Obviously, I had that other left back who, if I go back to the transfers, where is he? Oh, he might be renewed from last year. Where is he? There he is. Jose Daniel Cuevas. Very highly rated left back, only 20 years old. He was on loan at PSG last year. Was looking like a good year and then broke his leg and was out for months. I was thinking of recalling him, but I left him there and I've got him to renew his loan at PSG. Obviously, they won the European Cup against us, so unfortunately he got injured again with a 5-week injury, so a bit gutted for him. But I want him to play and get some time, and I'm thinking he's more likely to do that at a club, and PSG obviously highly rated, so if he's getting time at that level, that's good news for us. I was going to look at the squad, wasn't I? In terms of midfield now, I've got an embarrassment of riches. A new guy who is new, actually signed in January and loaned him back to the club I signed him for, is this Davide Prosperi, ball winning midfielder, Italian. Has trained really well, as you can see. He's doing really well there. Ball winning midfielder is kind of someone I wanted in there. So it's going to be either Fatai or Stocker. I'm going to try and make Stocker the main central midfielder this year because Fatai is 30 now. So it'll be for Fatai or Stocker. They'll be paired with either Prosperi, Hughes or Davis. Hughes or Davis are coming along really well in the summer as well, and they're probably that's the reason why I got rid of Visic and Gulu, because I think Davis and Hughes can do a really good job in place of them. Joe War's still here, obviously. Had some bids, so you'll see this little icon here. Ben Raber wants to join Real Madrid. I had a bid for Real Madrid that was just under 100 million. And I'm like, I reckon I can get more out of them. I tried to push him up, but they rejected. So Ben Raber's here. He's still here, but he's not entirely happy. So we're going to be monitoring that situation. If he goes, I'm going to have to get someone in. Hackett's not quite at the level I need him to be at, but he's very good still, Hackett, so he's still here. We'll be operating his back up to Ben Raber. Still got Rankin here. I'm in an iron about him. Apparently he's still wanted by West Ham, but I've had no bids for him. If a bid comes in that I like, I'll definitely let him go. Mark Meyer's come back. Monaghan will still be here. Probably because obviously still here. Mark Meyer came back from a season on loan at Leverkusen, in which he looked really good. 20 goals, 20 appearances, 10 goals, 1 assist, average of 7.15. I don't know where Bayer Leverkusen finished last year. If I look at the season, where did they go? Leverkusen finished 7th, so it wasn't too bad. He must have been one of their better players. But I'm going to involve him this year. Probably sort of trading playing time with Rankin, him and Meyer. Monaghan will do a similar job. Might even fit him as left wing, Monaghan sometimes. Had a bid that I accepted for Kouassi, but he didn't want to go. And in hindsight, I'm kind of pleased. I know he's not brilliant. He doesn't set the world alight all the time, but he's a really good backup, 64 million rated. I've still got clubs that will offer interest in him. If they come in and they make a good bid for him, then I'll let him go. But he didn't want to go. It was Everton that came in for him, and I think it was about 55 million they bid. Accept it, but he didn't want to go. And then we've got Fabio Silva and Nogueira. I'm really working hard on making Nogueira get better. Even like you can see here, passing and technique, since trying to get him better at training, and composure. In some areas, he's really improving on in terms of deep line forward. I'm really trying to focus on making him good for that role, because that's the role he's going to be playing. If he's not happy with it, sod off. But I've just realised I've spoken to you for about 15 minutes talking about nothing but the club, and I haven't even played any games yet. So should we just go straight into it, shall we? Straight into a game. Squad's going to be slightly different looking. simply because we've sold a couple of players and we're bringing a couple of young guys in. As you can see, those are the roles I want people to play. We'll look at the selection advice, see what he says. Yeah, it's not necessarily the roles; it's more of the duties, the defensive, attacking duties. You have to have the right duties in there. Apparently, there should be at least three players with defend duties on the pitch at all times. You should, of your attacking four, usually have two in an attacking duty at all times. Maximum two. You can have none if you wanted to, but maximum two, because obviously they become too forward thinking and nobody's really working together and linking. So that's what's going on. I'm happy for basically any central defender duty is defensive. So if it's red, it's defensive. So I'm making sure that that they're okay and making sure they're happy. Complete wing back and support. I'd rather he be in defensive. Yeah, wing back defender is probably best for him. Don't want him to be ball winning. Want him to be deep line playmaker on support. Oh, Fatai and Stocker are both on there. Okay, well I'm not going to start Fatai. I'm going to start Stocker along with Hughes. Am I Hughes with the ball winning? Yeah, and not defensive. We want him supporting. Rankin is, I'm happy with that. Ben Raba, no, I just changed it just for the sake of it. Winger support, not attack. They also said you should never have both your wingers on attacking, only one of them. So Ben Raba is going to be the supporting winger with Polyak being attacking. Nogueira is not, it's not ideal for Nogueira. I'm going to monitor him if his pre-season's been amazing. But if we're going to a few games in August and he's not really working up there, I will probably bring someone in. I might even, I'm definitely having Fabio Silva on the bench, that's for sure. I don't need a left back on the bench. All these players all fit. Got an embarrassment of riches here. Gonna put Prosperi on the bench there. Prosperi, Fatai, Kouassi, Longelo, Davis, Fabio Silva. We'll go with that. See what the assistant's got to say. Now, because I'm doing a certain thing and I'm not basically agreeing with what the assistant has to say all the time, I reckon there's going to be some times where we're going to have a disagreement. But, yeah, see, I don't agree with changing the duties now. But other things I'm happy to change. But yeah, I did a lot of research into what sort of roles and duties were best for the players, and a lot of them were duty based rather than role based. They said a couple of them were role based to make the central midfield in this formation is the most important area of the pitch. So that's fair enough. Have they got any X? Yeah, they got Billy Bragg. Billy Bragg's there. And Stavros Christofi, he's one of ours as well. But other than that, no other. We're here at Wembley in a game that we've never played before, Community Shield. Yeah, have a good one. I'm not too obsessed with this, but I'd like to start it with a win. Start the season with a win. I will play the first game of the season for you as well, the first league game, as is tradition. Oh, I thought you took the ball away there. And Leeds coming away with it. That's well cleared. That's cleared forward. That is the thing. I mean, oh, that's brilliant from Nogueira. He's got support. Goes alone. Oh, what a finish. What a finish by Nogueira. I think the idea of a deep line forward is that he shoots more from distance. I've noticed that in a few of them in the Club World Cup. He looked more like he was shooting from distance and dropping deeper and allowing the attacking midfielder to become involved. I'm excited. I'm excited by this formation, by the system now that I've got it nailed down as to what I want it to do. They're looking good so far, though. Hang on a sec. Change that to that. There we go. Again, always with the defending and set pieces. Great goal by Nogueira. So again, kind of alleviates some of the worry I had on him in that role. Fantastic goal. But I really want the attacking midfielder to get involved. I really want them to start scoring goals and assisting, because It's such a difficult position to get right. Leeds coming away with it now, though. Can we take that? They've had as much possession as us as well. It seems as though hang on a minute. Saved. It seems though towards the end of last season, we were just giving away a bit more possession than we usually do. Not entirely sure why that is. I've kept the same sort of system. Gone long this time. Polyak. Rankin's there. Upside is that it was Rankin that missed that, because that means that my attacking midfielders are gonna get more involved. But he headed an absolute easy chance right at the keeper. So not too disheartened by that. It's just annoying that he didn't score. Unhappy at Polyak, okay. Thought Polyak's for quite a while. Rankin should have bloody scored, shouldn't he? Right. Think about subs. I think you can make more than 3 subs in this game. I'm going to bring on Silva. I know Nogueira scored, but I'm going to bring on Silva. Give him some time up there. I know he's 35, so he's quite old, but he can still do a job there, so I'm happy for him to get involved. And I want Kwasi to come on for Polyak as well. Can he do that role as attack? Yes, he can. Okay. Might be worth looking at Hughes in a bit. Might bring on Prosperi, I think. Hughes is looking a little bit tired. Free kick. Oh, Rankin's been brought down. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty, and he'll take it. Go on, John. Stick it in, lad. He does. 2-0. Looks like we're going to get our first trophy of the season. Well, technically the first trophy of the season's already happened with the Club World Championship, but there you go. Won the penalty, scores the penalty. He looks like he's getting in more attacking and goal-scoring positions, which is what I want from them. I'm going to bring off Hughes here and put on Prosperi. He is a ball winner. Yes. Support, beautiful stuff. Prosperi's debut for the club. Oh, lovely stuff. Love seeing it. 2-0. Again, 46% possession. It just seems as though like it has our possession, our way of retaining possession has just dropped a little bit in the last few months. But if we're winning games, I'm not sure I care about that. Oh, that's good work from Ben Rava though. Not been involved much in this game, but Ben Rava goes alone. Oh, beautiful run. Oh, wonderful goal. Beautiful run by Ben Rava. Has not really been much involved in this game, but he's run through and smashed it in for 3-0. Great goal. Great goal. I'm a bit worried that by putting this as support duty, he might be less involved. If that's the case, that's the case. So Polyak's been brilliant, but there you go. Community Shield 1. It's great stuff. It's nice to see. That's not a shield. That's a cup. Sort that out. But there you go, boys. 3-0. Dominant performance, really. Didn't have as much possession as them, but was much better with it. Bit of revenge from the FA Cup semi-final as well. There you go. Happy with that. You got to tell them. Congratulations. Well done. Good performance to see. The defence was really good there. Buzzing with that. Great stuff. And as is traditional, I will show you the first league game of the season, which is home to Everton. See you there. Yep, so here we go. I thought I'd show you the season preview. We're favourites to win it, which is fair enough. We are the champions. The Dream 11 has 6 Concord players in there. Robinson, Garcia, Benraba, Stocker, Polyak and Nogueira. It's strange to see someone like Stocker in there instead of Fatai, but there you go. That shows you how high rated he is. I was quite surprised the fact that there's loads of players obviously on there. Loads of key players on there. Aki Serenen's on that list rather than Francekovic, considering Francekovic scored a ridiculous amount of goals last year. There you go. Leicester are favourites to go down, even though recently come up. Watford and Wolves. Wolves had a really good championship season. I wonder if they kept hold of... They did. They've still got him. Andre Silva. I was looking at him as well as a potential guy because he's not too bad at deep line forward. But no, I've stuck with Nogueira and I feel somewhat vindicated thus far. He did really well in pre-season and obviously scored that goal at Wembley. I'm not going to change the team too much, I don't think. I'm going to play Davis instead of Hughes, just for rotational purposes. He's better at box-to-box, so that's fine. Box-to-box or ball-winning midfielder in there is absolutely fine. Poyet, Rankin, Nogueira, yeah, other than that, I'm going to keep that the same. Maya, I might have Maya on the bench. Who can I bring him on for? 3 central midfielders. I don't really need that, do I? Going to put Hughes out there and put Meyer on the bench. Might give him the opportunity later on. It's weird how we only lost 4 games of football last year. Leeds in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, Carabao Cup, Community Shield at Wembley against Leeds to sort it out, and at home to Everton, the only league game we lost, first game of the season, home to Everton. They've given us these opportunities to rectify these wrongs. So it would be nice to get one over on these guys. I want to go into it quite well. I want to start winning games early. I don't want to be dropping points because I feel like the bar has been set really high. The objectives for the club are to reach the final of the FA Cup, reach the final of the Champions League and win the Premier League. That's the objectives. I'm worried that if I don't make them, I'm going to lose my job, which seems a bit harsh considering I'm a Concord legend. They've got Carl Hussey, he's an ex-Concord boy. And they've got Wes in goal. Yes, revenge. Get revenge. I love that. Yeah, the only game that we lost in the league last year was to these lot. So we'd wanna do something here. I think we're the early kickoff as well. So yeah, we're the first kickoff in the Premier League this season. Champions. Let's start the season as champions, shall we? Early free kick. Cross comes in. Oh! Headed over. Dominating possession, no. Rankin's got him booked. Ease off, lads. Don't get sent off. Where's that? Oh, they haven't got... I've just realised Decanoid's not on there. Did they sell him? Oh, that'd be a shame. Always like Decanoid's. Nothing much happening in this game. There you go, got a corner now. Get on that, head of the way. Oh, Ben Rabbit's gone down. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty. It is a penalty. John Rankin's going to step up for his second goal of the season. He gets it. John Rankin tucks the penalty away. 2 games, 2 penalties. He's already in the goals. Obviously, they're both penalties, so you've got to take that with a pinch of salt. But there you go. Just before half-time. Yeah, I'm going to try and encourage the players. You're going well, but you can do even better. It's not been a brilliant performance thus far. But we're in control of the game. So I am expecting a win. Nogueira's not really been involved. Good corner. Headed in. Just as I say that. João Nogueira powers in the header. Lovely stuff. Here we go. What have we got here? Cross comes in, cleared away. Harvey picks it up. Lovely drop back there, Garcia. Stocker and Garcia playing well together. Benraba. Garcia. Cross in. Out of the way. Stocker. Rankin blocked. Polyak. Davis. Nogueira. Polyak! Good effort, lads. Lovely football. Stocker's got him booked, so I might sub him off. Just got 3 bookings in this game already, so. Chance for it. Ooh, it went wide. Wasn't far off. Yeah, I'm going to make some subs. I'm going to take off Stocker to start off with. Put on Fatai and take off Polyak and put on Kouassi. Just because they got bookings. Simply that at the moment. They've not been that bad. Not much happening now though. Those 2 goals either side of half time have proved to be the difference thus far. We're in firm control of the game. 15 shots therefore, 64% possession. You can't complain too much. I'm going to take off Rankin and put on my oh, you can play Shadow Striker, can we? Advanced Playmaker attack? Yeah, we'll do that. Hasn't played for us for a while, Mark Meyer, but I'm chucking him in today. We're in firm control of this game. Although Everton got a free kick in a dangerous area. Head away. Martinez. Oh, I thought it went in. Defence doing well again though. Frith and Smith are a formidable partnership in defence there. And we're cruising here. It's corner here late on. Ooh. It was Meyer who headed it over. Oh, you should have scored, lad. We're cruising here. Not much to worry about here. Got revenge for that result last year. 2-0 win. Not entirely convincing, but professional. 21 shots there, 5. 65% possession. That's what we're talking about. Look at that defence. All the defence playing well. Bamraba, Noguera. Rankin got a goal. Albeit a penalty. Tell you, the last 2 games, both games, struggled to perform. Had to be Kouassi. There are teams that are interested in him, so we'll be looking at that, keeping an eye on that situation. Well done, lads. But there you go, lads. 2 wins to start off the season. We're 2 trophies in already. We've got 2 trophies in the bag. The World Club Championship and the Community Shield. They're already sorted. But we've got a lot's being asked of us. I've not spent money this year at all, really. I haven't improved the team. But I'm just trying to tighten it. I'm just trying to make sure everyone knows exactly what's required of them, making sure everyone's on the right wavelength. And that's how you do it, innit? That's today's episode, lads. The next one I'll show you will be, let's go to the fixtures first. It's got to be Man United, innit? Yeah, there'll be a Champions League game on before it as well, so how about that? By the time I join you, the next episode will be whatever this Champions League game is, and then Man United. I don't know who we're playing just yet. The draw isn't till the end of August. But I'll play through these 2 games here. Then you'll join me for that Champions League game and Man United. Double header early on. Can't ask for much more, can you? Cheers then.